Hello. Hi. My name is Victoria Kolesnik. I'm a member publication CLT consultant for this company in Ukraine, and I would like to welcome you to today's webinar. So, my colleague Irina Malerova is with us today. You probably know her. She is an ELT consultant. And the previous time, Yana Svetluk was with us. She did fantastic job as a moderator. And today we are more than happy to have Irina with us. So we help each other. And I know she's going to do a great job moderating our webinar. So you can communicate with her in the chat. So, okay, lots of hello from Zaporizhia, Nikopol, Poltava, Dnipro. Welcome to today's webinar. I'm very happy to see all of you here today. So thanks for taking time out of your day. Sumy, hello, Kyiv. Okay, Вінниця, again, Dnipro. Oh, the UK. Кропивницький, Тернопіль. Харків. Hi. Чернігів, Сміла. Nice to see you here. Хмельницький, Чернівці. Okay. Oh, Рівне. Again, Харків. So, I see Poltava region. Okay. So, I'm very glad to see you too, Oksana. Hello from Odessa. Hi. Okay. Again, Zaporizhia. So, it is written on my face that I'm very happy to be here with you today again. Okay. So, today, we are going to talk about how to make reading fun for young learners. Reading is a fundamental skill that is essential for success in school and in life in general. And it is the foundation for all other learning, and it allows us to access information, communicate with others, and expand our knowledge and understanding of the world around us. And we can say that teaching reading to young learners is important for different reasons. First of all, it helps them to build the basic skills of phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. And these skills are essential for becoming a successful reader. Then teaching reading to primary students helps them to develop a love of reading. When children learn to read and enjoy reading, they enjoy this process. They are more likely to continue reading throughout their lives. So reading exposes children to new ideas and experiences, and it can help them to develop their imaginations and creativity. And let's add that reading is an important part of language learning because it helps children develop other related skills like grammar, as I have already mentioned, vocabulary and writing. So students can learn a more extensive English vocabulary and be able to express themselves more confidently. And let's not forget that reading is learned. So humans are not hardwired to read. Our ability to learn spoken language is so natural that we hardly remember learning to speak. And researchers have concluded that approximately 95% of students can be taught to read by the end of the first or second year of school. So we are going to pay attention to some reading strategies that teachers can incorporate into their classes, into their lessons, and the ways how to equip students for a successful reading journey, and how to transform reading into fun and enjoyable experience for young learners. Okay, I just want to check our chat. Okay. So, and a few words about your certificate. So you can see this magic number 3, yes? So you'll get your certificates within 3 working days. There will be the letter with the link and instruction how to find the certificate. So just follow the link and instruction, and it will be very easy to find and download your certificate. But again, if you have some troubles, some difficulties in finding your certificate, you can contact me and I will help you with this issue. So at the end of the webinar, there will be my contact information. Please jot it down and you may contact me whenever you need it. So, and the first question for you is, what should teachers focus on when teaching reading to young learners? What do they need to pay attention to in order to ensure that students become skilled readers? Like, what skills should teachers focus on? Let me know, just type in the chat. Maybe vocabulary. Oh, yes, I see. Vocabulary. Maybe pronunciation. Knowledge of sounds. Okay. Comprehension. Again, vocabulary. Grammar and vocabulary. Sure. Vocabulary is very important when teaching reading. Vocabulary and grammar. Okay. Motivation for reading. Yes, definitely. Okay. So, and we can say that teachers need to focus on different things, and maybe on students' needs. We need to know their weaknesses and strengths. We also need to focus on phonological awareness. It is a fundamental skill for reading development. Then, what about phonics? Yes, so phonics is the relationship between letters and sounds, and it is another crucial skill for reading development. Then sight words. So the words that are recognized instantly without having to sound them out. And they are the most common words in the English language. Then we can add fluency. So the ability to read quickly and let's say that it is important for comprehension, and you can help students develop fluency by providing them with the opportunities to practice reading aloud. And like the ultimate goal is comprehension, the ability to understand what one is reading. And you can help primary students develop comprehension by asking them, for example, questions about the text, or teaching them some comprehension strategies, and providing them with the opportunities to discuss what they have read with others, so they can discuss it with their classmates. Yes. Okay. So. So, take a look at Scarborough's reading rope. Actually, it was developed by Dr. Hollis, and it was developed in the early 1990s to help parents understand the different skills that their children needed to master to become proficient readers. So the reading row consists of different components that are necessary for skilled reading. And you can see language comprehension, and this strand includes the skills of vocabulary, language structure, background knowledge, and comprehension strategies. And another strand is word recognition. So this strand includes the skills of phonological awareness, phonics, the sight word recognition, and these strands are interconnected. For example, in order to comprehend a text, readers need to be able to recognize the words on the page. So this is word recognition, and understand the meaning of the words. We can say that it's language comprehension. And this simple model shows that when word recognition and language comprehension combine, reading happens. So another thing that teachers should focus on when teaching students how to read is phonological and phonemic awareness. This is the ability to hear and manipulate the individual sounds in words. as we have already mentioned, it is crucial skill for reading development. So children with strong phonological awareness skills are better able to learn phonics, like the relationship between letters and sounds. And they are also better able to decode words. And you may teach children about phonics, the smallest units of sound in a word. For example, the word cat has 3 phonemes, yes? K, A, and T. So you can use games and songs to help students identify and hear the individual sounds in words. And you may teach children about rhyming. Like rhyming is when 2 words have the same ending sounds. So, for example, the words cat and hat, they rhyme. And you may teach children about rhyming by singing rhymes, by playing rhyming games, and by helping them to identify rhyming words. For example, a rhyming sight word game could be just like this. So just have children stand in a circle and hold up cards with sight words on them and call out a sight word. And the first child to hold up the card with the matching word wins. So let's think over some rhyming sight words. Could you write in the chat? Like get set, or here, near. Maybe some other ideas. Took, look, dig, big. Okay. Not cut. Day, wave. Absolutely. Super. Or like, bike. Book, look. Oh, I see. Just to similar examples. So they say great minds think alike. Okay. Box, fox, white tie. Yes, absolutely. Pen, hand, play, day. Okay. Okay, one more. Cat, mat, nest, rest. Okay, so thank you very much. Let's go further. One more task for you, or activity, let's say. So, can you read this? Just be attentive, think a little bit. Could you type in the chat, please? Like, not yes or no, but these 2 sentences. It takes some time to read, but I ask you to type, please. You can read this. So yes, I see that you can read this. But what about the second sentence? This is because, right here. You can read this. This is because the human brain, okay, doesn't read every letter. By itself. Super. human mind. Okay, thank you. But the word as a whole. Yeah, super. Okay, well done. So it goes just like this for you to see, just to prove that you're right. Okay, so people read words as whole units, not letter by letter. And that's one of the factors explaining why we can magically read this message. And you may think that here the point is that the first and last letters are in the right place and nothing else matters. Okay, I want to go back and show you. Okay, so now we can see the first and last letters, yes, they are at the right place. And it's much more complicated. It's like the tricky area. You need to remember that it only works with relatively short words, which have one meaning. And this way, it's easier for us to predict the meaning and to predict the word in the sentence. So these are sight words. The words readers recognize automatically by sight. So have a look. Just a second, I want to check our chat. Okay. It isn't difficult, it's interesting. I agree with you. So, and I'm very glad that you are very active today. So thank you very much. Okay, so let's go further. The ability to read without paying attention to all letters in a word is called sight word recognition. And sight words are words that we recognize instantly without having to sound them out. And when we read, our brains use a variety of strategies to help us identify words. And one strategy is to use visual features of words, such as the first and last letters. For example, when we read the word get, our brains recognize the first letter G and the last letter T. And this helps us to identify the word quickly and accurately, even if we don't have time to pay attention to all of the letters in the word. And sight word recognition is an important skill for young readers to develop, because it allows them to read quickly and fluently. So you may start by teaching students a small number of high-frequency sight words. And these words that appear frequently in text, such as is, you, articles, and their prepositions. And you may use a variety of teaching methods, such as flashcards, let's say. It is simple and at the same time, effective way to teach sight words. Just have students identify the sight words on the flashcards and then read them aloud. Or you can propose your students to play some games. For example, sight word bingo. Just create bingo cards with the sight words on them. And when a student recognizes a sight word in the text, they can mark it off on their bingo card. And the first student to get 5 in a row wins. Or you can give children a sight word list. Even you can use this one, yes? So just set the timer for, let's say, 1 minute. And keep track of how many words students can read correctly. And repeat over time and keep track of how they improve or work towards this goal. And your students can sing sight word songs. There are many sight word songs available online or in children's books. So singing this kind of songs is a fun and engaging way for students to learn sight words. Okay, so the focus on reading fluency is also important when teaching reading to young learners. Reading aloud is an essential part of teaching fluency. Students will be able to better understand what they are reading by hearing the words accent when they read aloud. So your students should practice rereading aloud texts that are easy for them. The texts containing mostly words that they know or can decode easily. In other words, the texts should be at the students' independent reading level. And a text is at students' reading independent level is if they can read it with about 95% accuracy. If the text is more difficult, students will focus on word recognition and will not have an opportunity to develop fluency. And here, I would like to pay your attention to some activities that you can use to teach reading fluency to young learners. So, repeated reading. This is very simple way to improve reading fluency. You may ask your students read a passage aloud several times. And each time they read, their fluency should improve. Or choral reading is another great way to practice reading fluency. Here, students need to read a passage aloud together as a class. And this can help students to develop their confidence and fluency. Or partner reading is a great way for students to practice not only reading fluency, but improve their pronunciation. Just have students read a passage aloud to each other. They can take turns reading, or they can read together at the same time. There are a number of reading games that can help students practice reading fluency and improve their reading skills. For example, you can play games where students have to race to read a passage aloud correctly, or games where students have to read aloud and then answer questions about the text. But comprehension is the overall goal of all reading instructions. And how do we teach comprehension? We can use bottom-up model. So bottom-up models of reading are often used in the early stages of reading instruction. So in these models, students are taught the basic skills of reading, such as phonemic awareness and phonics. And once students have mastered these basic skills, they can begin to focus on higher level skills such as comprehension. So the bottom-up model encourages the student to break down a text into separate components, first of all. So, for example, recognizing the sounds of the letters in the words, or noticing a specific grammar structure used in a sentence. As I have already mentioned, students start with matching letters to the sound. They recognize words, phrases, longer sentences, and text, and finally they get to meaning. So bottom-up models of reading are important because they provide a foundation for the development of higher level reading skills, such as comprehension. And we also have top-down models which emphasize the importance of prior knowledge and expectations in the reading process. So this model suggests that readers use their knowledge of the world and the language to predict what will happen next in a text, and then use these predictions to guide their reading. And the top-down process encourages the learner to activate their previous knowledge on the topic of the text first. And by doing this, they can predict the content of the text and the meaning of the language before they even begin to read. For example, predicting the type of the text by just reading the title. And the student can interact with the meaning of the text pretty quickly to confirm or reject his ideas. And the main focus is on the reader and his former experiences rather than completely on the text. And we have interactive models. So the interactive model is a blended approach to teaching reading using both bottom-up and top-down process. And It has been popular since the late 1980s and remains the main model used by teachers around the world today. So the student is encouraged to use the top-down approach initially to help him interact with the text. For example, from looking at the cover image of a book, they should have some predictions about the type of the story. They can use their prior knowledge to help them understand the gist of the text without having to understand the meaning of every word. And the bottom-up process is used to dig deeper into how the text is constructed. For instance, the student could identify the position of a question word in a sentence, and the interaction between the learner and the text is key. And by using both processes simultaneously, the student can comprehend the text at a deeper level. So, and it is always good to teach our students some strategies for reading. So you may start with previewing the text with your students. Look at the title and pictures, talk about what your students think the text will be about, make connections. A good reader tries to make connections to something he has already known, like connect to prior knowledge, how they can connect the text to their own lives. Then introduce any new vocabulary words, explain the meaning of the words, and help your students to pronounce them correctly. And a good reader asks himself questions while reading. Do I understand what I'm reading? Does it make sense to me, or I need to go back and reread one more time? So ask your students point to the words as they read, because this will help them to focus on the text and to track their progress, and encourage your students to sound out any words that they don't know. And this will help them to develop their decoding skills. And ask your students comprehension questions as they read to check their understanding and to stay engaged with the text. And then have your students summarize the text in their own words. It helps them to check their comprehension and to identify the most important information in the text, and discuss the text with your students. Just ask them questions about their favorite part of the text, what they learned. Okay, so young learners learn best when they are having fun. And we have already mentioned that reading aloud is important when teaching reading fluency. And to make it fun and engaging experience for children, you may take part in World Read Aloud Day. So This day is celebrated on the first Wednesday of February each year, and takes place on the 7th of February this year. Okay, not this year, but next year, 2024. So it is a global event that celebrates the power of reading aloud and sharing stories. And in primary school, World Read Aloud Day is a great opportunity to celebrate reading and encourage a love of books in children. So this special day asks everyone to celebrate the day by grabbing a book, finding an audience, and reading out loud. And so Lit World is a non-profit organization working in the field of education. And let's say more than 10 years ago, because I'm not sure about the exact year, they launched the first World Read Aloud Day, and it has become a global movement. So you can visit this website, which provides information about World Read Aloud Day and different opportunities to share any activities using a blog or website. And so you can see the link, just follow the link to find out more. And your students can celebrate it very simply. Just have several read alouds in the classroom on this day and talk together about the importance of reading. Then you may post pictures or videos of these celebrations on social media using the hashtag World Read Aloud Day, or propose your students to have a dress-up day. Just encourage students to dress up as their favorite book characters, and you can also have a contest for the best costume, or create a book exchange. Just collect books from students and then set up a book exchange where students can exchange books with each other. And I think this is a great way to get students excited about reading new books. So, and you may join weekly live reading shows where authors read live today's top children's book titles, answer questions, and invite audience members to read along with them. It's absolutely free, and there is no limit on the amount of sessions or amount of children. So you can join Story Voice on your computer and project the show to watch together as a class, or students can use their devices and watch at home for more personal experience. So with multiple shows a week. Every student takes part in live reading experiences from the classroom or at home. And I think that setting up a comfortable reading area at primary school is a great way to encourage students to read and develop a love of books. Just provide a variety of sitting options. Some students may prefer to sit on the rock, while others may prefer to sit at a table. Just provide a variety of sitting options so that students can find a spot that is comfortable for them. And you can display books in a rather attractive way, but make sure that the books are easy for students to reach and read. And there was a Publications contest, Smart Tips for Teachers. And one of the participants shared her ideas in teaching reading to primary school students. And I would like to share it with you. So it goes just like this. Filling the classroom library with classic books inspires students to read more. I have a theme day once every 2 weeks that uses a book as the foundation for my lesson plans. There is an appealing reading nook with a nice rug and tent-like shelving in my classroom. So you see, pretty inviting reading area, I should admit. And you may add other elements to make the reading area inviting and attractive. You can add plants or rugs in order to create a positive and relaxing reading environment. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. You inspired me to make some reading lessons for secondary and high level students. I'm very happy. Okay, so, okay, then let's go further. So, again, acting out stories is a great way to help children understand and engage with the text. It can help students to develop a deeper understanding of the text, improve their reading comprehension, and develop their imagination. And when students act out stories, they have to think about the characters, motivations, the plot of the story, and the setting. And this helps them to develop a deeper understanding of the text than they would if they were simply reading it. So you can act out stories together as you read them, or you can have your students act out stories on their own. Just break the story down into smaller scenes. This will make easier for students to learn and remember their parts. And you can let students choose their own roles, or you can assign them roles. Then poems can help students to build vocabulary by exposing them to new words and phrases. So students can act out the poems, whether individually or maybe in small groups. or turn the poems into songs. Why not? So students can create melodies for the poems and sing them together. They can write their own poems about their own experiences or about topics they are interested in. And this can help them to develop their creativity and their writing skills as well. And reading songs can be a fun activity for primary school students. You could use them as a break from other activities or as a way to end the lesson or warm up with a reading song. Just start your lesson with the reading song to get students engaged and warmed up. So you may use reading songs to review what you have covered. Yes, at the end of the lesson, you could sing a song to review the key points that your students have learned during the lesson. Okay, so I guess this is it from me. A quick reminder about your certificates within 3 working days, right? Just be patient, okay? There will be the letter with the link and instruction how to find the certificate. But if you have some difficulties, just contact me and I'm ready to share my contact information. You can see my mobile number, my email, Victoria, please pay attention to the spelling, victoria.kolesnik@linguist.ua. I know you're busy, so I appreciate you taking the time to visit our Facebook page. Actually, you can scan the QR code and it will lead you to our Facebook page. And I'm sure that you will find our content to be informative. We also post about upcoming events. And I just want to check our chat. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, I'm very happy and motivated. Thanks a lot for these great ideas. Okay, I'm very glad that you like them. And so useful. The pleasure is mine. So I want to thank you, Irina, for moderating the webinar. I really appreciate your guidance in the chat throughout the webinar. Okay. We can actually use some tips with beginners, adults as well. Yes, why not? Okay. So I just want to read a book after this webinar. What about you? Okay. So me too, I see. Okay, so thank you very much for being here with me today. Thank you for being so active and supportive. Just be safe and sound and see you next month, okay? Okay, so goodbye. Okay. Bye.